So I'm seeing all of these first time car buying horror stories on my For You page, and I kind of want to tell mine. So I graduated in 2014. I bought my first car in 2015. I had a 715 credit score, but that was like a surface score. Like if you actually looked into my score, I had nothing to show for a 700 score. So I might as well have had a 400 credit score. Because of that, I was shopping around and I would go to one dealership. They would run my score. They were like, we can't do nothing for you. I would go to the next dealership, next one, and next one. They would say the same thing. So I ended up at Drive Time. Drive Time did give me a car, but they had pulled my score 4 times already. So it brought my score down. Then I had nothing to back up a score. Like I've never paid off anything. I've never borrowed anything. So there was that. So my credit score was like above 12%. I had to put a down payment down even though I didn't have much money. I think I had to put down $2,500 and that was like all my money. So at the end of this loan, I would have paid $31,000 for this car. The car in question, a 2009 Ford Focus. For anyone that don't know, that's a bad price. I have a 2022 Camry, that's $27,000. And I'm paying $31,000 for a 2009, a 6-year-old car, Ford Focus. I ended up paying it off early. So I ended up only paying about $22,000 for this car. And it helped my credit score tremendously. So now I have a true 700 credit score. I also have some credit cards and other loans that I've paid off and, reoccurring credit cards, stuff like that. So when my car breaks down 4 years later in 2022, I go to buy a car and I know now how to actually do it correctly. I go to my credit union and I get a pre-approved check for a certain amount. There's like, don't spend above this. If you do, you got to pay for it. I went to the dealership. I wanted a Corolla, but I was too tall for the Corolla. So I went and got a Camry. And I didn't tell them about the check until the end. And I slid them that check and they were like, whoa, let's see what we can do for you, They came back with a better interest rate, but I'm trying to build rapport with my credit union. So I stuck with my credit union. So when I get another loan from them, I have history with them. Now I have a 1% interest. My car is going to be paid off by the end of this year. So that one bad purchase was not the end. I had to work really hard to pay it off early, but it was definitely worth it.